Libra, 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 Libra. Welcome in, babies. It is Lauren the Mystic here with your new moon and Gemini reading. We are going to just start pulling the cards, baby, and tuning in. This is for all Libra, sun, moon, rising signs, any significant Libra placements, or if you're simply just drawn into the video. I do recommend always listening in for your sun, your moon, your rising. Helps to give you more of the story, I feel. Spirit, what do whoa, okay, here we go. What do our Libras need to know? And we got a stack of 4. So I'm going to read them to you, but we're taking only the first one. I only intended to pull a single card. And as we get started, Libra, if you are new to this channel, I would love for you to just drop down and hit that subscription button down there. Truly helps me to tune into your energy, to get more specific into the collective as I do these. It certainly helps support me, and I'm so truly grateful for that. It's a beautiful energy exchange. And, if this reading resonates, I'd love for you to hit that like button too. It truly, truly does help. All right, all that being said, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest if this is not your story. Here we go. So show the world the real you, Libra. This is full moon in Aquarius energy. We are having a trine with this moon. There's going to be a trine between air signs, and it's going to be right around that 6-degree point. So anywhere within that orb, 3 to 6 degrees of air is really kind of getting highlighted with this new moon. So Aquarian energy could be significant for you. However, this is really about Aquarius is the water bearer, right? So if we see here, she's pouring wisdom. I'm sorry, my lighting. There we go. She's pouring the waters of her wisdom out and sharing them with the collective. And that is kind of symbolic of a healer, someone who has something to share for the betterment of the whole, right? So there's something here about you needing to step forward and show the world the real you. And then the rest of the cards that I said I would read, we've got expect powerful change, new moon eclipse, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius, and your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon, Libra. So something that I'm feeling intuitively, and for those of you new, I meant to say, I am an intuitive reader, so I am clairaudient. I start to channel messages. I will hear messages from my guides that are channeling on your behalf, right? So we're always calling in our guides, our guardians, the angels and ancestors supporting us in this lifetime in these readings. And we're tuning into the highest timeline of the Virgo collective and the Libra collective. I don't know why I just said Virgo, Libra. Are you dealing with a Virgo? Do you have a Virgo on your mind for some reason? Or maybe some significant Virgo placements? I don't know why I just said that. But we're tuning into the highest timeline for the collective of each and every sign as I do these readings. So Spirit, show us. All right. Okay. I'm going to take them both. Couldn't even get my words out. Show us what we need, what Libra needs to know. We've got ceremony. Okay. Invocation. Invocation. Show the world the real you. Ceremony. Invocation. Summer solstice and radiance. Right? Intuitive messages are pouring in. I'm going to wait to speak until we get the rest of the cards out, Libra, but interesting. So I have something for those specifically Libra risings that just came in. I'm going to start to point it out. but we're still going to hold back a little. So if you are a Libra rising, Cancer season will be highlighted in your 12th house in your chart, which is the highest point, close to your midheaven, right? And that is kind of the apex moment, the culmination, right? That's what we're known for, how people see us, It's also our career house, but it's like our energetic legacy, what we're known for, what we contribute. And the summer solstice happens at that culminating point there as we reach 0 degrees Cancer, right? So something to think about. Spirit, show us clearly for our Libras. What do they need to know here about this Gemini new moon? Show us clearly for our Libras. Thank you. We've got the goat. Awesome. Okay. Card 37. The number 37 might be of significance. Aren't these cute cards, Libra? Aren't they adorable? Look at that. This is the goat. So we're going to read about the goat here in a moment. The goat comes from the Alchemy of the Spirit deck created by Christina Gonzalez. She is the designer and illustrator behind Snakes and Roses. I'm not affiliated, just calling out what this is. This was a gifted oracle deck. It's new to me, which is why we are reading that book. Each card has deep, rich significance, and I absolutely adore it. It was given to me by a dear friend who I love, Cancerian Mama, one of my besties ever, soul sister. So she surprised me with that, and I've been loving adding these to my readings lately. So you're getting one. I just got told to pull more, so we'll see. I don't know. These readings have been going far longer than I anticipated, Libra. I meant to do these kind of quick snapshots, and I have such a hard time being fast. I always want to go in depth, and I can't help myself. I think it's my Pluto placement. So we're going to just set these up here for now as we continue to pull tarot for you. So Spirit, show us more for Libra. Tell us about this Gemini new moon. Why is Libra being guided to show the world the real them in ceremony and invocation with the goat and summer solstice? There's definitely a deep, I'm feeling that you are having a spiritual activation, Libra, so take that if it resonates. But to me, I feel you're having this deep up-leveling. I just heard you're being called into your purpose, called into your North Node. Is that possible? I don't know. Show us Libra, Spirit. Show us Libra. Showing up as yourself. Gemini new moon energies for Libra, please. We've got the Justice card first out, which is you. Going through a period of strife, moving through conflict. There's been this sense of loss. And one more for the moon, please. One more, please, Spirit, for our Libras. A lot of change on deck for you, it looks like, Libra. Got 2 5s and a 10, and both of those 5s add up to 10, and 10 is a cycle of completion. Clarify. One more, please. So there's something with this moon, which is, as I mentioned, about balance. It's about duality. It's about bringing yourself energetically into balance, and balancing also listening to your intuition, kind of your higher mind with maybe some of the shadows, right? And I feel like with the show the world the real you and this conflict, internal conflict about stepping forward in your radiance, to express yourself is central to this. And I feel like it's been difficult because it's been surrounding this sense of loss and grief and depression. And so you are rising up from this period of feeling defeated or feeling lost, of feeling sad and grieving, really needing to go within to heal the conflict, the pain, the difficulty. And it's something that has challenged your sense of balance, your sense of fairness, right? Of your own inner authority and what is true and right for you. And so the story really centers around what is true and right for you, and how you can shift that energy of loss into this energy of being magnetically grounded and abundant in your energy, regardless of outside circumstances or what's going on around you. How can you open your heart and give freely, not only to yourself and to others, without that sense of feeling trapped by maybe circumstances or trapped in your environment? And that seems to have been the challenge. So let's see this card 37, the goat. Yeah, the goat. Let's find the goat. Ooh, Libra. So 101 might be of significance to you, might mean something. Be on the lookout for angel number 101. Oh my, the goat, spirit of passion. Fire can create life or destroy it. The spirit of the goat wants to remind you of the desires that lie within your heart. Passion is a powerful force, but it has a light and a shadow, and a line that divides them easily. Oh, excuse me, Libra. The line that divides them easily can become blurry. Passion can build castles of dreams, but can also burn down bridges of hope. When you put it at your service, it can be the spark of creativity and a powerful motor engine to ignite projects or relationships. Still, if it becomes a temptation, it can lead you down an unwanted path of toxic behaviors. So passion needs temperance. It is a fire that needs to be tamed by your soul, and taming doesn't mean taking away any of its strength. It means owning and learning how to use this power for the highest purpose. Let passion be the flame that warms your heart and not the chain that harms your soul. Holy cow, Libra. All right, so when I read that last sentence, I was taken straight into the Eight of Swords card here that came out, underlying all of this energy, clarifying all this energy. So this feeling of being trapped from expressing your heart energy, right? So there's a passion here, and there's maybe a fear in the past that you may be moving through, or perhaps the fear came up because of these surrounding environmental energies of the Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Ten of Wands. This is a lot of stress. Okay, it's a lot of stress, a lot of feelings of lack, being left out in the cold, being disappointed, grieving something that's highly stressed you out. And what I am feeling is almost like it sent you into this hermit mode. And what you're seeking and what this moon is seeking for you to do is to get justice for yourself by liberating yourself out of the Eight of Pentacles, because this is a self-imposed limitation, right? This person here is inside this cage and doesn't realize that the door's wide open and they could walk right out. So they stay there in the cage, that feeling of trappedness, when they're not in fact trapped at all. They're able to go out. And there's a lot of isolation energy as well in your reading. So that could be why you are being called to show the world the real you. What I'm receiving, well, just to show you, this is where you're stepping into this power right here, Libra. The Justice and the King of Pentacles, very abundant, very magnetic, very able to take care of everything that needs taking care of. And I feel like this journey has been a spiritual journey. You see, this character here has really had to work on all of their chakras and their energy in order to really be able to tune and connect into the flower of life and figure out how they can become the alchemist in their own life, the magician. And I just heard, I'm sorry that it's cliche, but I just heard in my head, this is you learning how to turn lemons into lemonade, right? You are learning how to shift the hand that you were dealt. And it's time, basically, there's an invocation. It's time for you to create ceremony. I usually don't read these cards by Stephen Farmer, but I'm going to read this for you because I'm feeling like there's something potent in the message that needs to get read for you. That I might miss if I don't read the book. Okay, here we go. It is in sacred ceremony that we have one of the greatest opportunities to experience communion with Source. So yes, see, Libra, this is just as I suspected. I feel like you're on a deep spiritual awakening here. You're leveling up. You've gone through a dark night of the soul. This is screaming dark night of the soul. And like this feeling of being stuck, but you're ready to basically tap into the power of your Akashic records and Metatron's cube. I just heard it's like you're receiving, if you're a healer by chance and listening to this in a Libra, you're receiving downloads that are energetic technology that you're getting ready to need to share with the world. And it is very much being given to you through ceremony, through your private meditations, through your private invocations and connection into spirit. You're receiving these downloads that are meant to be shared. And I feel like this is going to take you into this King of Pentacles energy, right? We've got these cards here that's saying, trust your inner authority, your intuition, turn your gaze within. There are places that you are being led either intuitively or maybe you're actually being led to a physical place, but there's something that is energetically awakening within you, Libra. We've got this activated earth card, which can be about power places, ley lines, going to an actual place and receiving an energetic download. We've also got this all paths lead home, which is really about what I was just speaking of, trusting your inner authority, your intuition. And then we've got the star family. So this is telling me that you are surrounded by your guardians and your guides, and they are here to support you. You are meant to be asking for their regular support, asking for whatever you need through your private and personal ceremonies and invocations. They're here to help support whatever you're here to bring forward. And you are being this courageous. The goat is also what Capricorn, it's the signifier for Capricorn, which is about that dedication and commitment to the spiritual path. And they know by chopping wood and carrying water every single day consistently that they're actually making progress up that mountain. And that mountain represents their spiritual enlightenment, that they're reaching that higher purpose, that more legacy purpose, right? That's going to yield them the results. So it's about having that courage and tenacity to ascend to new heights for yourself too, here with this goat energy. Okay, back to this. I'm going to continue to read the whole page because I started going off on an entire tangent. Sorry, Libra. Okay. It is in sacred ceremony that we have one of the greatest opportunities to experience communion with Source, one where perceived dualities of both heaven and earth merge into an experience of the divine. Through the use of sacred pieces that have become imbued with spiritual significance, we bring forth ceremony, catalyzed by clear intention and preparation. Sacred ceremony is prayer in action. In this image, a woman kneels before an altar where a number of crystals are placed, light emanating from her hands. We see incense burning. Snake spirits rest nearby, and various ethereal beings appear in a wispy shroud of light around her head. Excuse me, Libra. So sorry. I don't know where that came from. All the while, the tapestry upon which she sits appears to be on fire, symbolizing the fiery passion brought on by the intense focus of spirit that has been evoked for this ceremony. Calling spirit forth in this way facilitates a direct and heartfelt sense of relatedness to Source. Whether through indifference, depression, life crisis, or any other manifestation of mental, emotional, or physical blockages, you have drifted from the intimacy with spirit for which you yearn. It is important to do what you can to regain an experience of spiritual power that is contained within you and all around you. Do so by conducting a ceremony, one that involves not only spirit but also material objects that you consider sacred. You could set up an altar as a convenient area that is set apart from your usual living space. You could start with representations of the four major elements, earth, air, fire, and water, and then just add a few sacred objects. Set your intentions for this ceremony, such as whether the purpose is for healing or celebration or honoring of a particular earth season or cycle. And then as you do so, do an invocation to call upon your own spirit guides. Breathe their presence in and ask these divine beings to guide you throughout the process. Trust in their guidance. Feel your heartbeat and keep breathing. Breath is the key to the actual experience of spirit, and creating a ceremony is the vehicle that can help you to support this. So there's something very healing, Libra, about you going into ceremony with yourself. And I believe the co-creation aspect that it's speaking of, about dropping into that divine connection, co-creating with spirit, speaking things into form, calling in assistance. Maybe you are feeling called to work with some elements, maybe plants, maybe stones, maybe simply just lighting a candle for yourself. But I also feel that you are finishing up the shadow work. And as you do, this is a reminder to really feel tender with yourself and open yourself. If there's any blockage within the heart space, this is really saying, start with spirit. You can start, I just now heard melting any coldness, any barriers. You can clear those by tuning in to spirit, right? And then just for giggles, let's read what they're saying about summer solstice beyond what we already know, right? Well, it's a reminder, of course, that this is a balancing point, basically, where the point does, for a moment, become stationary, where there's an equal amount of light and an equal amount of dark. So this is, again, about coming into balance and bringing balance into the light, bringing shadows into the light. But this is you having the greatest amount of your light. That's what the summer solstice is. It's the day of the year where it's the longest day of the year. We have the most amount of light. And there's a balancing point there for a few days before it begins to tip then into returning towards darkness. And there's this beautiful symbolic journey that's always spoken of when we speak of astrology, because it is the cycle of light and dark. It's a cycle of personal growth and transformation that we can all go throughout our life. And it often speaks to that soul's growth journey. So this is also about you creating celebrations, having your own inner passion and playfulness come forward, that inner child, letting the inner child come out and play, practice releasing concerns and enjoying everything around you. Enjoy the culmination of what you do have, and also finding gratitude, I'm hearing, for what has already grown, right? Sometimes when we sit in this place for so long of going through maybe a dark night of the soul or a difficult time period, and we've been feeling Five of Pentacles, we've been feeling Ten of Wands, Five of Cups, it can be hard in those periods of time to remember our way back into fun and to play and to joy. And it doesn't mean that you're not still in the middle of going through something, but it means that you can bring joy into those moments. You can bring some celebration and some fun, and you can take a break, right? Take a break from what has felt difficult and maybe lean into play. Allow your needs to be seen, right? And there's wisdom here that you're ready to share. Spirit's clearly guiding that you're almost here, and it feels like you're at this kind of wrapping yourself up process of doing the rest of the healing work, Libra. So I hope this reading helps you, darlings. I hope I'm going to take a drink of coffee. I hope this has helped to give you some perspective and some things to think about. You're finishing up a cycle, you're healing. It does seem like a very deep cycle, but it's a soul cycle that's related to a dog here, your purpose, what you're meant to share with others around you. And it's part of why you are here. It's sometimes our soul signs us up for these growth lessons that are really excruciating, and they don't seem to make any sense to us, but there's a reason we are led down the path that we are led. And my darling Libras, if you are in need of more of a personal read, I'll drop my email below. I'm doing them, but the only way we do them right now is just send me an email request. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what's the best way to do that. And I am setting up a membership site where you can get free, well, it won't be free, but it will be extended readings. You'll get access to all of them. So if you do follow for Sun, Moon, and Rising, you'll be able to access all of that. And we'll do little mini readings. I'm going to create a schedule. We'll be doing those there too. So if this video helped, Libra, please hit that subscription button. Let me know what resonates. I'm sending you so much love. Take good care, and happy new moon.